pipe, which really meant that I could empty the sugar beet harvester 2.5 times into the 12,000 litre, but I could not drive that half pipe to the yard to drop off the sugar beets. I could get about halfway back to the yard, and then the sugar beet harvester was full again. So it was not particularly convenient to do that run. Now we will be buying a bigger sugar beet cart. We'll be buying, I don't know. I might clean out the green trailer we've got over by the manure thing. And part of the reason for that is it's got a good capacity, is 30,000 litres rather than 12,000 half pipe allowed for. But also there's the possibility that I can carry a good volume in that as well. And if that's true, this is so awkward. Okay, what I'm thinking, I don't think I've got enough capacity to get to the end of this row. So maybe what I want to look at is just doing the left-hand end. Take a little bit off here, make the rows shorter, which gives me more of a possibility of making it to the other end of the field in one go. The other thing is if I can get to the end of here and just follow the road north, or the road north, then I'll be right on the edge. I'll be able to unload the cart into the tractor. Anyway, we'll see how this works out shortly. But as we get... Yeah, this is a big field. The harvest is quite prolific, so I'm not really able to it looks like there's a half row on my left. Maybe not. Maybe that is inside. Well, it's outside the blue line, but I can hit it, so that's okay. Anyway, we get this filled up. That's going to be a full grain cart again. It's a long way back to the truck. What I might try and do, don't know if it'll work. I might try and clear this complete row. Looks like the row, this is a completely incomplete row. The left hand edge is not direct north-south. We're running 0 degrees, so we're running true north. But the fill rate is going to drop as we go forward. And because of that, my ice cube's melted. It might be possible that I can actually get to, while I have to empty now, might have capacity, have about 1,800 litres of space left in this. So I might, we'll see if we can, how far we can get. I did not fill this up with diesel. I don't have to fill this up with diesel because it's not that far from the yard. So that's fine. Okay. GPS back on and to come on. Turn the roundy on. Oh, I didn't lift it. Go. So we'll get all of this down to the end. It's not going to fill the harvester up. I'm hoping it's enough that it's going to be enough that we can fill up the tractor. If I can't fill the tractor up, doesn't matter. I just want to get to the end so that this is as empty as it can be to start cutting down the next row. Because I want to make it all the way down to the other end of the field. So, what we're doing, we're about 100 litres over what will fit in the grain cart. But that still leaves me with 14,000 litres of capacity there. Alright, let's push that out. Stop. Go. That's my tea. Now I still have a little bit of tea left. So we've been streaming 1 hour 15 minutes. It is 9:39. Yes. 5 minutes more than I would normally have streamed at this time of day. Whoops. Should we try that one again? Okay. Grain cart is full. Fortunately, it's a fairly long drive round to the truck. But once we drop this off, we can actually do a cut in somewhere here. And we can start working the main stretch of the field. Tractor's not too happy with this amount of weight in the back, but it's what we got. So round around. So get the rear hoppers filled. Move on to the front. I think I can get this unloaded 3 times before I have to move the truck, which is kind of good. All right. See if we can get that to 100%. Grain might be too heavy for the cart, is the only thing. Grain is too heavy for the cart. This will not fill up that. Shouldn't fill up the front tank. There it is. It did. Okay, we cannot get 3 cart loads into the truck. We got some. Forwards, we'll forward the pipe. Turn the truck off and go find our harvester. Alright. So we ended up with 211 litres left in the tank. Which is fine. 1, 2, 3. Do I want to go again? Down and so I've got 2 rows to our left. We'll do 3 on the right. I've got 2 rows on the right and we'll do 3 on the left. I should have the capacity to make it down to the bottom because the end of the field is not parallel to the top. That's the hope. Fortunately, the other thing to note on this field, the yield at this point is perfect. I think we're getting 125% yield here, which does mean that we are going to fill. The fill rate on the harvester is much better. 123% fill rate. Oh, 125% yield. 3. I'm guessing that's what that means on the top left screen. I wonder if the 3.5 hectares is how much we've done of this field, and 245 is how much this harvester has done in its entirety. 17 tonnes per hectare is average yield in numbers. Let's make it to the end. It's like the yield drops off towards the bottom, which may be a good thing. We are more than halfway. That's good. And we've left the good dirt. We're now into the not too good dirt. And then we got the horrible dirt at the bottom. So I guess we'll see how far we get. We should, yeah, the yield has now dropped off to like 100%. Instead of 17, we're down to 13 tonnes per hectare. So, still, I don't think we're going to make it to the bottom, so I'm going to have to do some fancy stuff here. Just occurred to me. So camera left hand. Oh. Okay, that's fine. What I'll do is I do this. This is not working. That's good enough. We open that up, we take that off and that up. Go find the tractor. And turn the help panel off. Okay. So unfortunately, we've got to take a long drive to actually get to the harvester. So if I'd done something like grow soybeans on this field, soybeans are a low density crop, so that does mean that I can actually make a full row cut in to get to the other end. But as it is, we have to do the fancy stuff and move out the way so that there's room for this guy to get in. All right. Very, very carefully. I thought I would check the straw drop on this. I'm not sure. Obviously, it told me sorghum doesn't do straw. I think corn and soybean do. Which means I don't have to plant oats next year for the horses because I have enough oats. And all I need is you out the way. If I can create straw from what is it? If I can create straw from soybeans, then I can use that straw for the cows and the horses. All right, let's finish this row. What's going on? It's snowing. It's not supposed to snow. So yeah, check the weather this week. And originally we had snow from about 1 o'clock today, forecast. And then it dropped all the way off to 5 p.m. And then as of this morning, we're not expecting any snow today, so of course it's snowing. It's not great. It's like very, incredibly sparse, almost negligible, and definitely not adding to the ground cover. But apparently as of this morning, it's like, snow around Michigan. No, it's going through Indiana and across to Ohio. It's not coming north across that state border line. At least it's not supposed to, but apparently the weather's not doing what it's been forecast to do. Okay, my tea is getting cold. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Mister's doing okay. I want to look at the roller that we bought. I think rollers are at the top. No, well, there's mulchers. Okay. There's also mulcher. Got got two sets of mulchers. Might need to figure out. There's rollers. So this is rollers. And we have this one. Configuration mulcher, configuration rollers. Okay. And we bought it as a roller. So I can grab that. Once we're done here, we'll grab that and we'll mulch this entire field. That'll be awesome. Anyway, we'll get to the top here. We should be back into the awesome yield any second now. 16, 9, come on, another step up. 17, there we go. So we're back up to the bestest yield. And that means we're not going to make it to the end of the field. Okay. Because the tractor is in that section. Seed the train. Still don't know how I'm supposed to sell methane on the train.